You ready to get started?
I am.
All right, let's start on our backs. Go ahead and lay down and bring the soles of your feet together and just allow your knees to fall open as you flip your palms up towards the sky. And just start to settle in and begin to lengthen your breath. And we're gonna cultivate this intention along with our breath of just cultivating your inner bunny, or as Tony likes to say, rascally rabbit. And whatever that means to you. But try to press the outer edges of the feet together so the feet begin to fall open. Working the knees towards the floor as you spiral the inner thighs down and more towards your chest to get the knees a little closer. See if you can match the length of the inhale with the exhale. Just a couple more breaths here, picturing that rabbit in your mind. And when you're ready, let's draw the knees in towards the chest. And find happy baby, or happy bunny as we'll call it today. Try to get the knees a little closer to the ground as we keep the low back in contact with the ground. You can keep your knees bent, or you can work towards straightening out your legs. Whatever feels better in your body, but intentionally try to ground the sacrum into the floor. And as we take a few breaths here, you might find stillness, or you might just shake that little rabbit tail just a little bit side to side. And when you're ready, let's let it go. Pull the knees in and rock forward and back a couple of times. And make your way up just to hands and knees. However you want to get there, we'll find a couple of cat-cows here, allowing the belly to fall and the heart fall towards the floor, and then round through the upper back, grip into the fingers, push the floor away. Trying to create this shallow C shape under your torso. And when you're ready, let's stay at the top, round, grip into the fingers, tuck the toes, and hover the knees off the ground for turbo. Take a couple breaths here, gripping into the fingers as you pull your hands towards your toes towards your hands. Let's just touch both knees to the floor and pick them up. Just a couple times, lifting and lowering off the ground like you're getting ready to hop, finding that bunny action. Downward facing dog when you're ready. Let's lift the hips up and back. And just take a few breaths here. Maybe a few breaths with the legs straight, or a few breaths with the knees bent. You can find stillness. You can sway side to side. Let's just shake the little bunny tail a little bit. Oh, it's so cute. And then when you're ready, shift it forward to plank pose. Round through the upper back. Grip into the fingers, just like when we were on hands and knees. Try to create this shallow C shape under your torso. Maybe leaning so far forward that you're just on the very tips of the big toes. Downward facing dog, let's lift the hips up and back. Let's lengthen the stance. Can you take your hands forward, maybe about 6 inches? Try it again, plank pose. Lean forward, round through the upper back, grip into the fingers. Maybe just on the very tips of the big toes, squeeze the thighs towards each other. Downward facing dog. Let's try that one more time. Walk the hands forward 2-3 more inches. And let's shift it forward, plank pose, round, grip into the fingers, squeeze the thighs together, lean towards the tips of the toes as you push back through the heels. Downward facing dog, let's lift the hips up and back. Option 1, let's stay in downward facing dog for a few breaths. Option 2, bring the feet together, and let's just take a couple of little bunny hops towards a cannonball or a tuck handstand. We're just getting warmed up. Try to compress your thighs to your chest. Once again, you can also hold downward facing dog, or these can be, let's do a couple of teeny tiny hops. Tony, just go in maybe 4 inches off the ground. Heels to the butt, heels to the butt, heels to the butt, and then all the way to the top of the mat when you're ready. Great job. Flat back, lengthen the spine, pull the shoulder blades down the back, make a wardrobe adjustment if you need to, and exhale, fold in, relax your head and neck. Think about taking the chin towards the chest. Sit back, chair pose. Draw the hips towards the back of the mat. Spin the pinkies in. Externally rotating the arms. Sitting back a little bit further. Try to pull your lower ribs in just a bit. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Puff up the chest. And exhale, hinge and fold forward. Actively lifting the hands off the low back. You can always hold on to a hand towel or a dish towel, whatever you have handy. Release the hands down when you're ready. Flat back, lengthen the spine, pull the shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, step back to plank pose. Let's pause in plank for a moment. Grip into the fingers. Check in with your body here and see if you can turn something on a little bit more. Great job. Right side, sidearm balance. Stack it up. Draw the right shoulder blade down the back. Exaggerate the lift in the hips. See how much space you can create between your body and the floor. And just like a jackrabbit, let's just take that left leg up towards the sky 5 times for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to plank. Hold plank or 2 chaturangas if you want. Elbows go straight back. Left side, sidearm balance. Draw the left shoulder blade down the back. Exaggerate the lift in the hips. And just like a jackrabbit, let's take that right leg up 5 times, trying to push straight up towards the sky. Once you've got 5, come back to plank. Hold plank, tap your shoulders or 2 chaturangas. Lower all the way to the belly. Push into the tops of the feet, cobra. Take a breath, pull the shoulder blades down the back, creating space between your ears and your shoulders. Lower down. 1 more, inhale, cobra, or up dog, just the palms and the tops of the feet touch, or your toes can be tucked under. If they're tucked, drive back through the heels, try to engage your quads a little bit more. Downward facing dog, let's lift the hips up and back. Great job. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Yogi squat, toes out, heels in. Take a couple moments here, just press the elbows into the thighs, try to pull your heart through the gateway of the arms. So imagine that we're hunting for Easter eggs, or it could be something else, but Easter eggs work. Right knee, right foot, left foot. Left knee, right foot, right foot. Just imagine that the clouds are closing down on you, so you're gonna try to get as low as you can, and then let's try to pick up these Easter eggs as we go towards the floor and throw them towards the sky. And don't overthink it, okay? We're just trying to alternate as we reach down, pick up, and then throw the eggs as high as you can into the sky, or you could go straight forward. When you're ready, yogi squat. Press the elbows into the thighs, pull the heart through. Take a couple breaths here. Staying here, or let's find just a couple of little rabbit hops. Planting the hands, clapping the feet together. Maybe once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times, or 4 times, or as many times as you can. And you always have that option to just hold yogi squat instead. Walk your hands forward, downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back. Take a couple breaths right here. Slow down the breath. Cultivate that inner bunny. Slow everything down. On an inhale, take the right leg up and back. Great job. Right knee to the nose. Up and back. 2 more. See how much space you can create on the back of the left leg. Think of this shape as the splits. Take it up and back and just hold it. Or we've got 2 hops up towards a handstand. And it could be a little teeny tiny baby hop or a big old hop. Great job. When you're ready, bring the right foot to the top of the mat. Full crescent pose, rise up, reach up. Draw the right hip back and the left hip forward. Find that external rotation of the upper arms. Take a breath. Great job. From here, warrior 3, lean forward. Level off the hips. Try to lift from the inner thigh as you draw this outer left hip down towards the floor. Great job. Standing splits, release the hands to the floor. Let's touch the left knee to the back of the right calf and try to aim for the floor and work the ankle mobility. We'll go for a 10, 9, 8, 7, check in with that left glute, 5, 4, check in with the left hamstring, 2, and 1, super soldier, bend the knee, reach back, grab a hold of the top of the foot with the right hand. Try to reach this left knee up towards the sky as you fold in, opening up the hip for a breath. Great job. Goddess pose. Set the back foot down, open it up, toes out, heels in. Go ahead and take your hands to your thighs and just a little side to side motion, trying to line up the knees with the second toes or the big toes. We'll twist when you're ready. Right shoulder falls into the middle. Try to spin the chest open. Left shoulder falls in. And one more on each side. The right shoulder and the left shoulder. Great job. Back to the center, Skandasana to the back of the mat. Bend the left knee, straighten out the right leg. You can stay high. We do want to try to work this left heel towards the floor. So you might oscillate between going high and coming down low, focusing on getting the heel closer to the floor. Skandasana to the top of the mat, take a breath. Once more to the back. And one more time to the top. Turn all 10 toes forward. Downward facing dog, right leg flies, take it up and back. Take a couple breaths here. Lift your leg up as high as you can and feel the hip open. And then level off the hips. Few breaths here, or let's try a couple of hops up if you want to try it. And you can always hop towards the wall. You can skip the hop, but notice how we're just kind of easing into it with not a ton of momentum and using this compression of thighs to the chest to try to find the balance. Eventually making your way back to downward facing dog. Let's shift it forward, plank pose. Hold plank, tap your shoulders, or 4 chaturangas. Try to use your whole body, squeeze your thighs together. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Yogi squat, toes out, heels in. Press the elbows into the thighs. And you might even play around with bringing the feet closer together and seeing what happens there. See if you can cultivate an anterior pelvic tilt and just pop that booty back a little bit, which you might be able to do in your body, or you might just hold it where you are. Let's get ready for picking up the Easter eggs again. So right knee, right foot, left knee, left foot, right foot. Just begin to alternate. See if you can pick up those eggs and throw them in the air, or throw them at the wall, or throw them at the person that's forcing you to do a little bit of yoga with them, cultivating your inner bunny. And when you're ready, back to yogi squat. Take a few breaths here. Plant the hands, lift the hips up. Walk the hands forward, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths right here. Slow everything down. On an inhale, take the left leg up and back. Left knee to the nose, up and back. 2 more. Think of this shape as the splits. Try to create more space on the back of the right leg. Take it up and back and hold it, or 2 little bunny hops up towards handstand. Can be a teeny tiny hop or a big old hop. And when you're ready, we'll take the left foot all the way to the top. Full crescent pose. Rise up, reach up. Draw the left hip back and the right hip forward. So you're trying to create this scissoring action between the hips, externally rotating the upper arms. Try to pull your ribs in a little bit, tailbone down. Great job. 1 more breath here. Warrior 3 when you're ready. Lean forward, level the hips. Lift from the inner thigh. Notice how that right hip wants to lift up. Do your best to just create body awareness and try to level them off. Standing splits, release the hands to the floor. Right knee to the back of the left calf, and then up and back. See how low you can go. Let's try to aim for the floor for a 10. 9, check in with the hamstring on the right leg and the glute. 7, 6, 5. Can we get a little lower? Nope. 3, 2, and 1, goddess pose. Excuse me, super soldier. Reach back, grab a hold of the top of the foot. Try to reach this knee up towards the sky as you fold it. Goddess, when you're ready, set it down, open it up. Great job. Take a couple moments here and see if we can cultivate that little cottontail, that little shake side to side. Can we get a little bit more of a booty shake? Maybe working that anterior and posterior tilt. Try not to move your rib cage and just see if you can isolate your pelvis here. Great job. Last couple of breaths here. Let's go ahead and lift and lower the heels this time. Alternating or both at the same time for a 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Bend the left knee, straighten out the right leg. Skandasana to the top. One more time to the back. And one more time to the top. Turn all 10 toes forward. Downward facing dog. Take that left leg up and back. Couple of little bunny hops if you want to. And it can just be the smallest hop ever, or it can be a bigger hop up towards handstand if you want. Great job. Check in with the feet. Push the balls of the feet. Spread the toes as you grip into the fingers. And if you look at Tony's hands, you can notice that his fingers are moving. So think about using your hands and this action of pushing into the floor so your shoulders come way up by your ears. And hold as long as you want and eventually make your way to downward facing dog. Great job. Awesome. Let's get to the top of the mat. Look forward. Bend your knees, create compression, and take a step or a hop to the top of the mat. Flat back, lengthen the spine, pull the shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, fold in. Chair pose, drop the hips. Spin the pinkies in, draw your hips back towards your heels. Check in with the lower ribs. Try to pull those ribs in just a little bit. And let's make our way down all the way to a seat. Great job. Take a moment here and let's find boat pose. Butt down, legs up. Compress your thighs to your chest so we shorten the gap between your thighs and your chest. Try to puff up the chest as you lift up out of the low back. Great job. Couple of breaths here. Let's come back to this Easter egg hunt we've been working on. Over to the right, over to the left, using the opposite hand to reach and try to take it, or maybe throwing it into the air. You can keep the knees bent, or you can straighten out the legs. It's just a couple more times, side to side. Try to find the breath. Last 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, you're being egged. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come down, half boat. Ardha Navasana, tailbone chases the heels. Great job. Take a moment here. So just like we did in plank pose, we're working towards this shallow C shape right here with the torso. Last couple of breaths. And when you're ready, let's come up, boat pose. Compress, thighs to the chest. I'm gonna have you scoot forward just a little bit, T. Great job. And let's slowly come back down, half boat, Ardha Navasana, and we'll flutter the hands here, just for 10. 9, push the grass down, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come back up, boat pose. Great job. Slowly come down, half boat. Exhale, rise up, boat pose. Just begin to oscillate between these two shapes. Or see if you can hit that yogi squat again. Back and forth. And if you've got the yogi squat action, then we'll plant the hands, hop back plank, chaturanga, hop forward, back down to half boat. You want to give it a shot, T? Forward and back, maybe just hitting yogi squat. Or if you got yogi squat, get up there. Get up there, it might take you a little bit of momentum. Plant the hands, hop back, or big old bunny hop, land down, come back down. So it could be this action. Let's do plank this time to chaturanga. Hop forward, back down to boat, half boat, come back up. You pick. It's just a couple of moments here. Try to find the breath and slow everything down. Last 4. 3, you're 2. He said there wasn't enough room for both of us on the mat. And 1, come down, half bow to Ardha Navasana. Let's cross the ankles. Right ankle over the left, left ankle over the right. Just a couple times here. Here, I'll go a little higher for you if you want. Last 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull the knees in, give yourself a little squeeze. Let's set the feet down, bridge pose. Lift your hips up high, coiling from the sacrum all the way up to the base of the neck. Actively push into the heels and try to pull your heels back towards your body so you feel your hamstrings and glutes engage. Can we get a little bunny tail shake right here? Great job. And when you're ready, let's slowly come down. Happy baby, one more time. Grab a hold of the outer edges of the feet. This almost looks like an Easter basket right now. And when you're ready, we'll let it go and rock forward and back. And let's go ahead and land in yogi squat. Toes out, heels in. Couple breaths here in yogi squat, pressing the elbows into the thighs. Trying to pull your heart through the gateway of the arms. You could stay here, or let's try those little bunny rabbit hops, clapping the feet together once, or twice, or maybe 3 times. It's just a couple moments to throw in a couple of hops, or to hold your yogi squat. How many times can you clap the feet together before you come down? Great job. Or you can also just watch your tummy. Back to yogi squat. Great job. Downward facing dog. Let's step back. Make your way back in your own way. Shift it forward, plank pose. Grip it in the fingers, round through the upper back. Hold it here. Or you have 5 chaturangas. Elbows go straight back. Using your legs as much as you're using your arms. Up dog or cobra if you wanted. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet. Take a couple breaths here just to slow everything down, sticking the hips up high, working the heels closer to the floor, or just bending into the knees. Great job. On an inhale, take the right leg up and back. Right knee to the nose. Take it up and back, or let's add that bunny hop. You pick. Great job. Right knee to the nose, up and back, maybe that little rabbit hop. One more time, knee to the nose. Take it up, maybe a little hop. Great job. Right foot to the top of the mat, full crescent pose. Check in with your body, come back to that idea of scissoring your hips towards each other. Let's add a little bunny hop here, hands to the heart. Bend into the back knee, hop up. Try to land on the balls of the feet here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Pull the left knee into the chest. Let's try that bunny hop here. Hop up, landing on the ball of the foot. 10, 9, 8, 7. I'm going side to side. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Take that left leg all the way back to goddess pose. Toes out, heels in. Bend into the knees. And this doesn't have to be super wide, but let's try that bunny hop here. Landing on the balls of the feet. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs, toes in, heels out. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Puff up the chest, and exhale, hinge and fold forward. Try to actively lift your hands off your low back. And if you feel like they're just locked only a couple inches above your back, then again, you might choose to hold on to something. Try to squeeze the middle, creating this adduction as if you were gonna wrinkle up the mat beneath your feet. Let's release the hands down and we'll twist. Left hand plants, right arm reaches up, spreading wide across your collarbones. Switch it out, right hand plants, left arm reaches up. Skandasana to the back of the mat, bend the left knee, straighten out the right leg. Try to work that left heel to the floor. Skandasana to the top of the mat. Once more to the back. And one more time to the top. Turn all 10 toes forward. Downward facing dog, right leg flex. Couple of breaths here, or let's take a couple of hops up towards your handstand if you want to try it. Great job. You can hold it for as long as you want. You can take as many hops as you want. Think about pushing into the floor, but eventually we'll come back to that downward facing dog and just take a couple moments there to come back to the breath, to shake your little bunny tail, and eventually the left leg goes up and back. Left knee to the nose. Take it up and back. Maybe you add that hop there. 2 more. Knee to the nose. take it up, maybe a hop. One more time, think about easing into it and not using a ton of momentum. Great job. Take that left leg to the top of the mat whenever you're ready. Full crescent pose, rise up, reach up. Create that scissoring action between the hips, left hip back, right hip forward, ribs in, tailbone down, bringing the hands to the heart, and you can hold it here or we'll find these little bunny hops for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Top of the mat, push off, pull the right knee into the chest, hold it here, or we've got these little bunny hops if you want them, or you could also lift and lower the heel like Tony for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Goddess pose. Step it back. Toes out, heels in. Maybe we get a little bit of a bunny tail shake for a moment. Great job. You can hold goddess, or we'll add those little bunny hops here for 10, or just bend and straighten your legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs. Toes in, heels out. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Puff up the chest. And exhale, hinge and fold it. Take a couple moments here to actively lift the hands off the low back. Try to squeeze the middle with the legs, like you're gonna wrinkle up that mat. Push into the outer edges of the feet as you try to lift the arches. Great job. Releasing the hands down when you're ready. Right hand plants, left arm reaches up. Take a breath. And switch it out. Left hand plants, right arm reaches up. And let's just fold in and take a couple breaths. Or we can come back to those little bunny hops here if you wanted. Planting your hands, maybe you want to go for a straddle hop this time. Pushing the feet out to the side. Great job. Trying to find the balance. You can notice how Tony's moving a hand forward and really fighting for the balance. So often we think that we're just going to get up to a handstand and hold it, but we really have to work for the balance by using our hands and working on compression. Could also do a headstand here or whatever you're comfortable with in your own practice. And eventually making your way back to that forward hold. Great job. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Take a breath. And Skandasana to the top. One more on each side. Maybe you can get a little closer to the floor or take your glutes a little closer to your heel. Switch it out. One more to the top. Turn all 10 toes forward. Downward facing dog. Left leg flies. Take it up and back. Take a couple breaths here, or let's try a couple more of those little bunny hops. You can notice how Tony likes to work towards finding the balance by bending and straightening his arms. And that's that idea of pushing into the floor to try to find the balance. And if you notice his hands aren't totally flat and how he's really fighting for the balance and making minor adjustments. Downward facing dog when you're ready. Couple of breaths right here. Great job. When you're ready, let's make our way to a seat. However you want to get there, if you just want to drop down, that works. If you like to hop through, that works too. It's just a couple of moments to make your way to a seat in your own way. Sitting up tall, take a couple of breaths. Great job. Just try to slow everything down. Come back to that idea of cultivating your inner bunny and just honoring how you feel in the moment. Let's extend the legs straight out in front. Inhale, lengthen the spine as you reach up. And exhale, hinge and fold forward. Take a couple of moments here just to fold in. Think about your pelvis and working a posterior and an anterior pelvic tilt, right? So that's just gonna depend on your body, and you might not be able to tap into that. You might be where Tony is, where he still has that shallow C shape, like we were working in plank, or I might take a couple moments to just try to isolate my pelvis for the most part, so I can fold in and reach way past my feet. I like to think about taking my feet to my elbows, or I like to think about brushing my hair with my toes. I reach so far forward, trying to touch my toes to my head. Great job. When you're ready, scoot forward just a little bit so you have a little bit more space, and make your way down to your back, however you want to come down to your back. And let's pull the knees in. One more happy baby. Press the outer edges of the feet towards the floor. Grab a hold of the feet and just slow everything down a little bit. See if you can shake your bunny tail, or my favorite, truck driver. I'm gonna give him a little bit of a wiggle, so it doesn't have to be in stillness. It can be a little bit of a wiggle. Great job. When you're ready, extend the legs towards the corners of the mat, or finish out your practice however you want to finish out your practice. Flip your palms up towards the sky, and just take a couple moments here to slow down the breath. And this shape can be any shape that you want. Laying on your back, seated, laying on your belly. You can stay here for as long as you want, letting go of the practice. But if you're ready to come back to, we'll pull the knees in towards the chest, give yourself a little squeeze. Make any other final movements you want, and eventually make your way up to a seat. Amazing job. Thanks for tuning in for this super fast, short, sweet, little Easter egg flow. If you liked the video, tell your friends, share it, give us a donation for our super small local business. Hope everybody's having a great day.